Good morning, girls. So now we will discuss about common mode rejection ratio. Common mode rejection ratio is a term which has been discussed many times when we are doing the OPAM part of this unit, operational amplifier. In operational amplifier, CMRR is a very common and very important property. And now let us discuss in terms of differential amplifier. This is the circuit of a differential amplifier in a common mode configuration. Common mode means we will operate the differential amplifier by making the two inputs common, means same, they are connected to the same input. These two inputs are also common in all respects, including their internal resistances or base resistances, wire resistances, and their gains, as well as their you can say that physical parameters, sizes, or manufacturing technique. These are sometimes called the twin transistors, like we have twins in humans, which are assumed to be exactly same. And the closeness of these two transistors defines their matching, how exactly and perfectly they are matched. The closeness of these two transistors in all respects of physical and electrical parameters defines the capability of the differential amplifier to reject the common mode signal. Okay, as we all know that the output voltage of a differential amplifier V out is equals to AD V in 1 minus V in 2. This is V in 2. And when V in 1 is equal to V in 2 is equal to VCM, here V in 1 is also equal to VCM and V in 2 is also equal to VCM. Both are same, and ideally at the output, when we operate the differential amplifier in a common mode configuration, the output becomes exactly equal to 0. When the output is exactly equal to 0, this shows the highest common mode rejection ratio. This shows that CMRR of your differential amplifier is approximately equal to infinity or very, very high. And CMRR is a quality which is desirable for any differential amplifier, and it is very desirable to have the high CMRR rating for any differential amplifier. Since V in 1, when V in 1 is equal to V in 2 and exactly that difference comes out to be 0 at the output, this shows that the two input terminals, when VOCM is come out to be 0, output common mode voltage, if it is coming 0, this shows that the two transistors Q1 and Q2 are perfectly matched in all respects. And this makes your differential amplifier capable of rejecting common mode signal Now, what is the need of rejecting the common mode signal? Since all the common mode signals, we assume that common mode signals are nothing but the unwanted noises. Whenever the noise comes in your differential amplifier, the noise will be equally applied to both the terminals, both the base terminals. So when the noise act exactly same for both the base terminals of the differential amplifier, and if the differential amplifier is having high CMRR, this means that the noise becomes exactly zero at the output. The noise becomes since this is an amplifier and its amplification is very high and approximately around 100. So whenever the noise acted in the input of any amplifier, the amplified version of noise is seen at the output. But if you use the transistor in a differential configuration, the key important point in here is that the output is the difference in the input, and when the noise acted, it acted with the same intensity to both the inputs, and it gets cancelled out. How I can show you? Let's suppose the noise N in is incorporated in your differential amplifier from any external source like coupling or humming noise, which are having a very low frequency, or the noise is nearly a DC input, you can say the humming noise, or you can say that the external pickup which are having a very low frequency, less than 50 hertz or around 60 hertz or less than that, not more than that. Okay, so this is always a low frequency signal, low frequency unwanted, undesired signals. The frequency is normally less than 60 hertz, so they can be a noise pickup, any noise which is coming from the coupling or something like that. So if this noise comes into play, it acts with same intensity to both the base inputs of differential amplifier. Since the differential amplifier is a very compact assembly and the transistors are very small in size, so you can imagine the terminals are very close to each other. So any noise which is coming from external sources or externally, it can act to the same value to all the terminals of the BJT. Okay, since the BJT are very compact and small assembly, the noise acting here is same as noise acting here. It is not possible that the noise here and here are different. Always the noise is common to both the terminals of the base terminal, and this is the fact. Okay, so whenever any kind of noise is coming, so here what happens, the base currents due to noise are also same. Let's suppose the output is now, since this is VC2 and this is VC1, it is equal to VC2 minus VC1, and here VC2 is equal to VCC minus IC2 RC, and VC1 is equal to VCC minus IC1 RC. The point of discussion here is we are, when putting all these values, we already cancel out VCC and from there I had already told you in my last video that how this comes. So it comes like this, where if IC1 is the total current at the output, and this current also incorporates the noise, since we know that IC is equal to beta IB, so it is equal to beta IB plus IBN, and IBN is the base current which is coming from noise. For both the terminals, the IBN remains the same because the noise acts with the same intensity to the both base terminals. So this is the value of, so when you put the value of IC1 and IC2 here, you will find that at the output the IC1 gets subtracted from IC2, and definitely the same value of IBN, the current due to a noise, also cancel out. So the expression become minus IBN. So V out is equals to these two values are cancel out because they are same. So at the output you can say the output expression does not contain any noise value. So noise get cancelled out at the output. So you can conclude here that how the noise is cancelled out, because Q1 and Q2 are same and they produce same noise current with the same noise. But if there is any mismatching between Q1 and Q2, when the noise acting on this Q1 and Q2, the base current may differ, and this amount of mismatching can result in the amplification of noise at the output. So it is undesirable. Okay, for a differential amplifier, Q1 and Q2 should be perfectly matched in all respects. Then only they are capable of rejecting the common mode signal. And definitely a differential amplifier is made by keeping this point in mind. But actually what happens, actually a slight difference between Q1 and Q2 takes place. As we all know that the twins are also differ with slight amount. Here also a small amount of mismatching because of certain defects in the manufacturing techniques. So Q1 and Q2 may slightly differ, although there are a lot of efforts made to make them perfectly equal, but due to slight variation, a small amount of noise voltage can come here. Or for a common mode input, the output cannot exactly be 0, it can be very small, and making CMR very high. Okay, and we have already discussed the definition of CMRR and a common mode gain, so I don't think that there is a lot of things to discuss on. So take care, this is the last this is the last video, and probably we are meeting with the coming video on modulation, frequency modulation, amplitude modulation, and multivibrators. Okay, till then, take care and goodbye.